This is pretty much the rest of the show right here. Zach Wilson, looking like I have a 15-ish plays of him. 19 of 33, 186 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Now, with that being said, are the Jets forcing too many turnovers? I think they're like number 1 in the league in turnovers. To have all the red zone opportunities that are finishing with no touchdowns. The Broncos game, this game, they were like 1 for 9 in the red zone, I believe, or 1 for 8 or 1 for 10, something like that. So, not good. They need to convert more. With all that being said, I don't give a shit about the stats. I don't care about anything. This Zach Wilson is better than last year's Zach Wilson. He found a way to be not a part, but not kill them. He didn't lose them or win them this game. There are some plays I thought he could have made in the red zone, specifically before the half. Like I believe the last 2 drives before the half, there were some throws that I think he could have made, but they weren't wide open or to the point where I was like, what the hell are you looking at? It was like a throw where like, okay, Aaron Rodgers makes that throw. Zach Wilson might, but not all the time. So I don't want to kill him on any of those throws. But overall, again, fine. 19 for 33. You have plays where, he makes guys, he had that false start, takes the free play. I believe he had a too many minimum field penalty. I believe he brought out too. I can't be 100% certain about that, but overall, okay game. Like last game, I said I gave him like a B- or a C+. It's the same thing. It's like a C+ game. He didn't fail. You're not proud of it. You didn't get in the honor roll, but you passed. Passable grade for Zach Wilson. So we'll put him into the positives here. Play 1 of the game. Let's see. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, so more like 19 plays of him. So we'll run through them pretty quick of Zach, and then the rest of it's just miscellaneous shit. And even this one, we'll run through these pretty quick, just because I should have people knocking on my door any second to do some rugs. But Zach near to Wilson, 3rd and 5. So Zach to Wilson. So we have a situation where Garrett Wilson is running an out route versus a DB who's playing over the top. But he's playing so far over the top where Zach Wilson trusts Garrett Wilson to break and cross his face in terms of getting outside leverage. So that's what he trusts. He throws it to Garrett Wilson, and it's a near completion. Now with this being said, this read is probably 1 in the seam to outside because the inside's going to close down quicker. Because if it's going vertical, the safety's going to go over top. So you have 1 to 2 to 3. 1's not open, right? 1's not open. 2. The 2. Now this is 3rd and 5. It could potentially be open based on him playing over the top and trusting Garrett Wilson to get that outside leverage. Garrett Wilson gets that outside leverage. Zach Wilson puts the ball there. Garrett Wilson's not able to bring it in. It's a pretty good throw though. Look where the ball is. If Garrett Wilson, now good job by the DB. He's ripping at the wrist. Why? So Garrett Wilson can't squeeze the ball if he's ripping the wrist away from the ball. Now he can't catch it. So it's a really good play by the DB. Ripping that wrist. But Zach Wilson puts that ball in a perfect spot. It's just played better by the DB, and Garrett Wilson doesn't have the hand strength to pull it in. DeAndre Hopkins, Mike Evans type receivers probably pull this ball in. He's not necessarily the biggest, bodiest, strongest receiver in the world, so he doesn't bring it in. But it's a good play by him. 1's not there. 2, throw it. Now, could you have thrown it to the running back for the first down? Potentially, but that's not his that's his 3rd read. His 2nd read is open, or NFL open. He could have caught that. He didn't. Are we blaming it on Zach? How? Good job by the offensive line for the most part. 12, Zach to Wilson, Mitchell. All right. Zach to Wilson. Isolated 1-on-1 right there. Read if that safety gains depth or robs it and just throw that ball. That's all that is. Right? Is it play action? Yep, play action. Play action right out of it. Safety's high. Okay, I know I have Garrett Wilson in a 1-on-1 situation on a slant. Throw it to him. Now, is this ball a little high? Yes, it is. Now, people, is this so bad? Are people on Twitter like, oh, well, if he threw it perfectly, he could have got a touchdown? I mean, maybe. Yeah, maybe. I guess I could see if he puts it low, he doesn't have to jump up, then it's a 1-on-1 situation. Okay, sure. Bad ball, but he still gets it there. Now we're talking about him. We were talking about him bouncing passes from 5 yards away last year. Now, yes, he made Garrett Wilson jump. We'll take it. Again, better balls. It would be ideal. Play action. Pretty good blocking. Want to see Mitchell commit a little bit less right there. Extra step or 2. Cook picks it up. Again, ball's a little high, but he puts it there. Okay, cool. on that. 13. Zach near to Conk. Contested. Okay, Conk right here. So we have post. So we have 1 to 2 to 3. Post is going to it's an important first read because if this carries, then okay, this is going to be open. And then with that being said, too, if you have the safety's going to stick on that as well. You know, if that safety is going to, let's say if he reads that and then he's not open because of the safety, but he looks at the safety to check and then the safety goes over the top, then maybe could he throw that inside? You know, whatever. That post is more of like a runoff. You're going to read it, okay? Then you have the out and up behind or underneath of it. So post to the out and up the wheel. Almost a ridiculous catch by Conklin, just not able to keep his feet in because the running back runs him out of bounds. Now, could Zach Wilson put this a little bit more to the inside? Sure, but again, we're asking a lot here. Like, this is a situation where good job by Conklin coming back to it, tight hands, almost gets his feet in. We're talking about a couple of inches off, a foot off, whatever it may be. It's a good play by Zach, again, dropping back, reading that safety. The safety carries, you know, and the outside corner carry. Okay, I'm going to take my tight end on and out. Good job blocking by the offensive line, by everybody pretty much. Yep, good job by everybody. The ball could be a little bit more vertical and inside, just a little bit to give him a little bit more room to the sideline. But then the safety's there again. Nearly impossible to ask him to make that like a much better throw. If you're killing him on that, then okay, sure, but definitely reaching a little bit. Zach scramble. Okay. 3x2. 3x2. Nothing open. Off the jump, right? Look, he's looking to his right now. So for context, just in case you see anything open to the left. Vertical to right, nothing open, dude. 1, 2. He's not looking here, so there's nothing open there. Now, good job by Brees right here, just in terms of a one-on-one route. You know, over outrunning that linebacker. So maybe they should do that more with Brees, but he's not looking there. So nothing open, nothing open, nothing open. Scramble. Good job. Nearly gets the first down. Looking to his right, nothing he sees open. Safety. Okay. We have some pressure. Who lets up the pressure? Is it Laken Tomlinson? Laken Tomlinson on Davis. His hand's just a little bit high there. His hand's a little bit lower there. It's harder for that defensive lineman. I believe it's Davis, to be able to fork the arm. Again, Zach with the pressure, steps up and through it. Turns it out a little bit, gets 9 yards. Zach no screen. This is a play. Like I'm not gonna kill him. I'm not gonna kill him on this, but you would like to see him throw this ball. I would say again, not gonna kill him. Ideally, he does throw this ball though. Ideally, so we have a screen right here. We have a screen where it's 3v3. Now pre-snap, it's 4v3. So let's check that linebacker. Let's check if anybody's blitzing. If they're not, then okay, go to Hardman on the bottom. If that person does stay, if he does stay, then throw it. If he blitzes, then throw the situation where it's going to be hopefully 1v1 situation with a safety or DB. So I don't like that he initially looks that way or looks in the middle and then decides to go to the bottom. And you're talking about a speed cut with McCole Hardman, who you don't really throw a lot to and doesn't catch the ball in contested situation. You're talking about a speed out with him. Not the best. Again, ideally, check that linebacker. Linebacker blitzes, throw it to Cook. Oh, shit, sorry. So I was actually wrong. So it's 4v4 right now. It's 4v4, even if, man, unless that safety blitzes over. Because then it's 4v4, and you're hoping 3v3s the blockers, and you have one-on-one Cook versus linebacker safety, and you were on taking that situation. So him blitzing exemplifies this because then it's a situation where it's 4v3. So he's got to throw that ball. He's got to throw that ball. 3 blockers versus 3 defenders who can make a tackle, and then Cook, if the blockers do their jobs, is potentially streaking in for a touchdown. So once he blitzes, you have to throw that. So I don't like this play from Zach. And again, speed out to Harbin, who gears down out of the break. Like, if you're running a speed out, you're hoping the ball is going to be outside. So let's not gear down. Like, you see how he comes out of the break and then looks back for the ball and he really slows down. There's a reason I did not like Harbin signing at all, and he's a really bad route runner. He just is. You gotta be out of that break quick. He runs it, lackadaisical out of the break. Again, especially after that blitzer right there, freaking throw it to Cook. But it is what it is. Can speed out. The ball is it's in a good spot for Hardman. Like it's a bad miss. Is it a miss, or is it the fact that he expected him to continue to run and now he just got a hand on it, when if he continued to run out of the break instead of running a piss poor route, he's there. Look how rounded that is and how slow that is. Can't have that. Sack taken. Is this the play, the rollout, or no? Question mark? No, this isn't it. Yeah, this is one where people will criticize too, where they run like a China concept. At least this is what I call it, China, and then like double China, where it's a smash variation, but instead of the hitch or the curl, you have the in or the slant right here. So the Eagles do a good job because you're reading this. This is covering the guy over the top, and then and what this would do if this was just like a straight man, let's say it's a straight man situation, then you'd have the corner out, which would be very open right here. But at this point, you can't tell that it is because you have this DB over the top, so he doesn't know if he's going to pick him up. So some people would say, like, after it, you'd have the freeze framers of the role to say, "Oh, he was open." No, is that because the DB is breaking on it? He sees Zach looking to the inside or going to throw the ball, and then that's why he drives on it. Yeah, that's probably it. Instead of just freeze framing, after the ball is thrown. So that he does a good job of jumping that. Good job of staying over top of this. There's nothing to throw on the bottom of the screen right here. So then Zach gets pressured, and then he steps up in the pocket. So like, oh yeah, took a sack there. Is that his fault? No, the Eagles do a good job of passing it off. Now for Schweitzer, we don't want to see him come off the snap and look how low his left hand is. Look how low it stays. Look how long that takes his arm to get to the defender. Arm never gets there in a good spot. Doesn't get control. He gets beat. Zach steps up. Okay, he takes the sack. Didn't get rid of the ball. Took the sack. No. 23. Miss Conklin, Brees 25 yards. Miss Conklin with a question mark. So this is me probably not knowing when I'm watching it the first time. Or in general, you could leave it open-ended, right? Some people talking like absolutes now, but it could be a question. Maybe he missed them. I don't know. But Conklin right here. Oh, this is the play. This is an interesting one because I was like, well, as you watch this, like let's say like in general like scissors or divide concept, you take inside to outside because inside closes down quicker, and then outside. But it's interesting with this one because you have inside breaking first and then outside. But then you have a check down here. So typically you don't go intermediate, or you don't go middle to high to low. Typically it's high to medium to low. So it could have been a situation where he read Uzama first, and if the safety stayed high and he stayed outside, then he goes to Conklin quickly, where it's not necessarily in line with the break, but he already read him here, and then he goes to Conklin. It's a question I would generally like to know because I've seen it read both ways. If there's not a check down, but typically you're not going to see middle to high to low. I've seen with no check down going from middle to outside, but regardless, Conklin they run a divide. So they run a switch. Sorry, switch scissors. Yeah, switch scissors. Switch stems. Scissor. No. Conklin, could he have taken him there? Yeah. In my opinion. Now let's say he was reading. Yeah, I would like to see him throw this to Conklin. This is one of those ones where a good quarterback makes this throw, right? Because you have scissors. He's taking it high. He's in the middle, but very, very high. Yes, you have a linebacker there, but you have a window to either laser that ball in there or float it over the linebacker. And at this point, trust your tight end to maintain the separation that he has, or at least trust him enough to throw that ball up there where if he doesn't get it, somebody is, but he's open right there. So you'd like to see him read this. Okay, let's say this is the first read. No, he's not going to throw that out because he's over the top and outside. Now he's working to him. If this tight end, if this linebacker stays inside and over the top, then okay, don't throw that. But if Conklin's able to out leverage him, if he's able to out leverage him and get over the top, then you can throw that inside. Yeah, leverage him, get over the top, throw that ball. He checks it down. Okay, not the worst decision in the world. I would have liked to see him get the Conklin there. Now Brees takes it for 25 yards on an easy check down. Play action. Again, read the middle, read that concept, check it down. I would, again, ideally he throws it to Conklin. Zach shot to Wilson, 1st and 10. Okay. Give me one-on-one if the safety drifts.